Good morning students, I hope all you are fine. Today I am going to conduct video for grade 10, Social History, Chapter 8, Era of Gandhi and the National Movements. About this chapter, we already did one video. In that video I already explained what is the early life and the growth about the Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, and after that from how he started this supported to all these movements. So in those we already talked about the Jallianwala Bagh massacre and the non-cooperation movement and etc. Now we talk about the Chori Chora incident. In the Chori Chora incident, this is started on actually 5 February 1922. Okay, a big group of around 3,000 farmers assembled in the front of the police station. Okay, and they had to assemble there to protest against the police who had beaten Congress workers when they were protesting in the front of an erect shop. The police start shooting from the inside the stations, and enraged by this act, the people torched the police station. As a result, all 22 policemen were charged to death. Such a violent incident were repeated in other places too. Gandhi realized that this due to the lack of the preparation among the people to hold a non-violent process. So he withdrew the non-cooperation movement on February 12, 1922. The British holding Gandhi responsible for all the violent uprising, arrested him on March 10, 1922 and imprisoned him for 6 years. It was released 2 years later on the grounds of ill health. The decision of the Gandhi lead a political vacuum. Okay, what is this incident? It means because of the police, their bad behaviors, and those are the incidents they try to start beating to the normal Congress worker. So that's why they tried to revolt. According to this, they went on the police station and they tried to just punish the police station. So those all every place this kind of incident started. It means it is a turn into a revolutionary action, which Gandhi didn't like it. So that's why he stopped to non-cooperation movement, and after stopping this, the British government they just sent to Gandhiji only for the imprisonment for the 6 years. But because of the health issue, he just free after 2 years. Next is the Swaraj Party. The withdrawal of the non-cooperation movement and disheartened many congressmen. Motilal Nehru and the C.R. Das advocated the withdrawal of the boycott of the legislative assemblies and re-entered the system again. They proposed to enter the legislative assembly and create impediments of the session. They argued with further strengthen national freedom movement. So, and after that, Swaraj Party founded in 1923 by Motilal Nehru. 1923 by Motilal Nehru and C.R. Das, and in the same year they also obtained permission to participate in the election when the Congress National Convention was held in the Delhi under the chairmanship of the Abdul Kalam Azad. During the elections that were held in November 23, Swaraj Party won 42 seats of 101 seats available. After that, the reason of the beginning of the civil disobedience movement, the British government appointed Simon Commission in 1927. The commission was supposed to study the effect of the Government of India Act in 1919, which is also known as the Montagu-Chelmsford Act, and arrived in India on February 3, 1928. The commission witnessed wild protest with the slogan "Simon Go Back." Bunts and the hatters were organized in different parts and places of Bombay, Lahore and Madras. And Lala Lajpat Rai died when the protesters went lathi charge in Lahore. The intensified the national freedom struggle further. The British government put forth on an indirect challenge to Indians It asked Indians to draft a constitution that can be acceptable to all the political parties and communities in India. This challenge was accepted by a committee headed by Motilal Nehru. So the the committee headed by the Motilal Nehru and Gandhiji also supported this, and the Nehru reported to advocated by the dominant status for the India along the internal federal structure. And it means they are ensuring all the human rights and all the creation of the language, all the things in that report is there. After this report, the interesting development took place in Lahore Congress Convention under the chairmanship of the Jawaharlal Nehru, adopted a resolution demanding which is a total independence known as the Purna Swaraj on January 26, 1930. And they declared as the Indian Independence Date. This convention authorized Gandhiji to hold civil disobedience, protest marches in order to mark the historical importance of this session, and the Constitution of India was adopted on January 26, 1950. So that's why January 26 is a very remarkable date for Indian history. Now, next is the Dandi March. In 1930, the working committee of the Congress met with the Sabarmati Ashram and passed resolution to hold civil disobedience under the leadership of the Gandhiji. Gandhiji wrote a letter to the Viceroy putting forward 11 points. In the case government does not accept this demand, the people would stop to paying tax, which is according to tax, they stop to pay. So as the Viceroy rejected, after the rejecting, Gandhiji declared on the March 12, 1930. March 12, 1930, that he would walk with the followers of Dandi on the coast of the Gujarat. Gandhiji covered 375 kilometers on foot and reached Dandi. He broke the law by holding a fistful salt without paying the tax, which is the British had levied on salt. Charkha, the spinning wheel, became more famous during this march. Thousands of people participated in the salt satyagraha, and after this national movement, week was observed by April 6 to 30. Many leaders like Vijay Lakshmi Pandit, Kamala Nehru, Vallabhbhai Patel, Rajgopalachari, Bapu Rajendra Prasad and many other leaders who supported to this march and participate also. But after that, Gandhiji and Dandi March were arrested, and this spread already spread in all over the country. Meanwhile, after that, one meeting held, which is in an Indian legislative representative in London in 1930. And this is the first round table conference. This meeting conveyed the message that the government alone cannot take measure and ignore the Indians. That was the first time when in London all the things is going as a little bit positive for Indians. For the first time, representation was given to an untouchable community at the conference. In order to facilitate the participation of leaders, the imprisoned leaders like Gandhiji and many of the Congress were released from the prison. Many leaders representing various communities and kingdoms participate in meetings like B.R. Ambedkar, M.R. Jayakar, Tej Bahadur Sappu, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, Srinivas Shastri and others. This conference approved dominion status, responsible government and religious representation. Since the Indian National Congress did not participate in this conference, the first round table, and it remained incomplete. In order to make the round table conference a success, the pact between Viceroy and Gandhiji was signed. It generally called as the Gandhi-Irwin Pact. As a result, the Congress stuck to the civil disobedience movement and agreed to participation in the second round table conference. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and Muhammad Ali Jinnah also participated in the second round table conference. After that, in the second round table conference, Ambedkar pressed for a separate electoral constituency for untouchables. You know, from after 1930s, they all are start to giving a demands according to constitution, according to administrative purpose. So it is a one by one. When the India's voice is spread to the national London, that time the one by one thing is just start to coming for a positive. So this was opposed by the Gandhis. This resulted in the average difference between them. As the result, two ended the round. Second round of table of was the two ended soon. But the British government announces its decision to provide separate electoral constitution for the untouchables, and it's implemented as the communal ward in 1932. Mahatma Gandhi again opposed this and started fasting unto death. Efforts were made to convince Ambedkar. As a result, Pune Pact was Ambedkar between the Mahatma Gandhi and the Ambedkar. After that, the British became instructed for the formation of the federal government at the central and the provincial government at the state level. And in this background, the third round table conference were organized. So the Congress did not participate in this also, and as a result, this conference, the British was the Indian Government Act 1935. This act was provided by the federal structure as the center and the regional autonomy at the state level. Political rights were now available for Indians, and as a result, the Congress and the Muslim League participated in the elections. The Congress gained majority and formed the government. By this time, due to the various political development at the Europe, the World War II had started. So the Viceroy unilaterally declared India's wars against Germany. The Congress walked out of the cabinet opposing the decision, and Gandhiji declared personal satyagraha against the decision of the Viceroy. The Stratford Cripps was sent to the India to meditate. So there are in the Quit India, before the Quit India movement, there are three types of things is coming, which is especially known as the three round table conference, especially in that time by time they are try to give us some new rules and new addition and things, and according to those only the supporting thing and non-supporting in the behalf of the Indian people, Gandhiji and Indian National Congress and the Muslim League. So according to all those things, first table was successful, but Indian National Congress didn't do it. Second table, there is a conflict between Gandhiji and Dr. Ambedkar. And third one, they supported, but again, because at the end the World War II started, so that's why the issues again is there. Now, Quit India movement 1942. The Stratford Cripps Commission, which was sent by the British government in front of the Indians. Proposals like according to dominate states to India and calling a meeting to a draft new constitution was tabled. It was proposed that all states will have a liberty to a part of a new federation or not. In this kind of things, Congress opposed, and after that the Quit India movement started. And the Quit India movement declared British, you quit India. After this, Gandhiji gave call to fellow Indians to do or die. As a result, leaders like Gandhiji, Nehru, Rajendra Prasad, Abdul Kalam Azad, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Acharya Kripalani, Kasturba were arrested and imprisoned. And the most of the Congress leaders were jailed. Non-Congress organization took the lead in this movement. And after that, this movement created new leaders, which is Jay Prakash Narayan provided leadership in this movement. And he was also the leaders of the socialist wing of the Congress. So this type of new persons came and they form new groups, which is like the Freedom Struggle Front and all these things. After the election of the 1937, the Muslim League was kept out of the government formation. When the Congress walked out for the government in 1939, opposing the unaltered decision of the Viceroy to participate in the World War II, Muslims celebrated this walked out as a Vimukti Divas. Hence, the Muslim League did not participate in the Quit India movement and it proposed for the India of division. So this is the reason for here the division of India is started. Next is the farmer and workers protest. The protests organized by the farmers and the workers are equally important in the history of the national freedom struggle. Some of these associations were influenced by the Congress and some were influenced by the Marxist ideology. It means according to this, the British administration, many farmers rebelled against the British planters and the zamindars. They opposed to indigo cropping and in Champaran district. They protest against land tax and Gandhiji convinced the British officers through his satyagraha to withdraw taxes. But the National Indian Congress tried to organize the farmer as a part of the Indian national freedom struggle. Gandhiji's influence was visible in activities as Champaran, Kheda and other places where the farmers organized themselves and protested. Farmers of Tibaka, Malabar and other places revolt against the British and Zamindar under the influence of the Congress, and this kind of things is going on. After this, all are the farmers and everyone, they supported the Quit India movement also, non-corporation movement also, and as well as for they try to do all the activities which is they are supporting by the Indian National Congress and the Gandhiji. Next is the workers' revolt. In the workers' revolt started in 1827 in Kolkata. The workers of the jute and cotton mills along the railway started organizing themselves. Railway workers held protests to the railway station and raised slogan against the British officer. The Printers Union in Kolkata and cotton mill workers of Bombay created national awareness. A labor union was founded in Madras. And later many workers associations started. The Congress supported such initiatives from the workers union and the contribution of the workers and the unions were unique. It means it is a time by time every community they start to revolve and after that one by one, especially the National Congress, Indian National Congress and Gandhiji and all other leaders, they try to support each and single person for this revolutions. So here I am going to